Howdy, this is Mackenzie Franklin from SideGame LLC here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Today we're going to be taking a look at the game Fort, designed by Grant Roddick and published by Letter Games. Now that being said, this is a fully sleeved copy of the game with the Cats and Dogs expansion included with no lid lift. So let's go ahead and take a look inside. So first off, we lift the lid of the box here. And inside you'll see that we have the game divided into about 3 sections here. First off, in this right section, you're going to have all of your expansion card content, which is going to include all of your dogs. So you have the dogs on the bottom here, face up, so that way they're sectioned off, as well as the rulebook for the dogs and cats expansion. And then you're going to have all of your best friend cards. You can notify these by their little stars on the bottom here. You'll give those to the players based on the player they choose to start their game with. You'll also have the rest of your deck of kid cards here. So you'll just kind of put those into 2 stacks, one on this right side and one on this left side. And those are all of your kids' cards in the game. So you'll make up kind of 2 stacks that are sandwiching this container in the middle. Now on top of these containers, you're going to be storing all of your doghouse markers. So these are 1 for each player. And then you have the containers themselves. Now these were originally printed for a copy of Quacks of Cleveland, but they did not fit the upgraded tokens, but they work really nicely for the toys and pizza tokens here. You simply slide off the top and they're ready to go. They're curved on the sides. You can pull them out really nicely. You can find STL files for these on Thingiverse. They work really well there if you want to 3D print them yourself, or you can also just use a plastic bag or another substitute container. Now I really like these containers because they're nice and flat. You can fit those dog houses on them and still fit that lid closed, but you can definitely use a plastic container of another type or a plastic bag if that's what you see fit. So we're going to have 2 of those in here that contain your pizza tokens as well as your toys tokens, and those just fit nicely in the center there. On that right side here, we're going to have all of your small cards, your first player marker, your macaroni sculpture, as well as your kitten cards, your made-up rules, and your perk cards. So they're all going to fit snugly on that right section, once again held by that insert in the center. On the left side here, you have all of your player markers for specific colors. You don't necessarily need to put them in a plastic bag. You can definitely put them in here with that, but this is just so they don't fly around. You'll then have a silica gel packet in here for freshness, as well as all of your player boards. So you'll have the 4 different boards here for the different characters. On the backs, they're going to tell you what starting best friends that they have. And then you're going to have the victory point track as well as the park board here. The last 2 bits inside are the rulebooks for the game, as well as the solo rulebooks, as well as the solo aids for if you're using the Cats and Dogs expansion or just the Robo Kit itself. Once again, I'll leave a link in the description below for those solo rules, as well as sleeves for your large sleeves and your small sleeves. And lastly, we have all of the different player aids for all the players. This is going to explain all the iconography in the game, and you may not need these after a while, so you can just leave them in the box when you're finished with them. So that's all of the stuff inside of a box of Fort, including the Cats and Dogs expansion. Let's go ahead and pack it up. So first off, we start off with those player aids, the rulebook, the solo rulebook with the solo player aids, the victory point board, the kid boards, the 2 square organizers, your dog cards, your Fort Cats and Dogs rulebook, your best friend cards, the extra cards for the main kid deck will just go on top like that, and then the remaining kid cards are going to go on this left side here. We'll then take all of our small cards and put them in that right corner like so, our dog houses on top like this, our player pieces, and then a silica gel packet for freshness. And that is organizing Fort. If you have any questions about what you saw here, please let me know down in the comments below. How do you organize your copy of Fort? Do you prefer the answer that comes with it, or have you made a different choice? I'd love to hear your thoughts on the game and what you think overall. Thank you so much for watching. SideGame Strong.